personally, early on in my first semester of business school, I knew Microsoft was one of my top employers, so I actually went out and looked up who the Texas alum who actually worked at Microsoft were, and started reaching out to those people, and just starting with real basic informational stuff, just saying, hey, I'm interested in Microsoft. If you've got the time, I'd like to have a 10-minute phone call with you to just understand what you do a little better. And from there, kind of branching out that network, kind of getting more contacts, following up with people, and starting very unassuming, not imposing. By the time actually Microsoft got to campus to start interviewing, I had already talked to probably a dozen or more people inside of Microsoft, and I already had some kind of internal advocates, which I think really helped. I mean, I did get selected to go back for the second round here in Seattle, so even throughout that process, after on campus, before coming out to Seattle, just kept up with the networking, kept in contact with people, kept asking for advice, as I built better relationships on what type of things I might expect from the interview and what might help my chances. And doing all that really helped in multiple ways. For one, I got some internal advocates, so I think maybe even helped ping the recruiters and say, hey, this guy's been good and he's been interested. And two, just got some real good advice on what to expect in an interview here.
The way that it turns here at Microsoft, or at least in my experience, was once the interviews are finished, it takes about 2 to 3 business days for them to let you know what the decision was. Somehow I decided to interview on a Thursday, which 2 business days means 2 or 3 business days means either I find out Monday or Tuesday. So I have those 2 extra days over the weekend that I am stressing over. Friday went by, I said, there's no way that I'm going to find out today. Saturday came, I said, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I have Sunday to worry about. Sunday came, I did worry on Sunday. Monday, I couldn't focus in class. And then Monday I said, you know what, let's stop worrying about it. It is what it is. You'll find out tomorrow. Tuesday came, was worrying about it less. Did not find out Tuesday. Wednesday came. I was sitting in lunch with across from some other people that interviewed at Microsoft, and we were just checking emails. Just totally put the application process on the back of my mind. And I get an email saying, congratulations. And when an email opens up congratulations, well, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Here's my desk. I'm going to take you through basically where I am every single day and where I've done all my work for my project so far. Here's me. I always put a blurb out here, something new pretty much every day. But I usually have like a little about me of what my favorite interests are, what are my sports teams that I love, that I'm incredibly good looking, things like this that I want people to know. So when they come by me, they have something to stop and chat about. So I'll put information about growing up and stuff, so that they can, like I said, know a little bit more about me. So this is my cube. You can see the whole BMO. Lincoln Square in general is just kind of separated into these open air work environments. My GM sits right over there, and these are a couple of people on my team, and just a few different things like that you can really get to relate to everyone really easily. What's up with their lives. It's not segmented. Everyone's off in their own little space. So the way your email and everything is set up, so you have instant messaging and voicemail and email. Also, all your communication ways is all hooked up, and your phone everything is hooked up as one. So that my phone here is synced to my computer, which is synced to my phone, which is synced to my instant messaging thing. So I can do everything from just one thing. If I want to send instant message from here, I can. It's just everything's really integrated, and it's really cool. You don't really I can make phone calls right off my computer now too. Like, I got my headset. If I don't even want to use a headset, I can just make it right off the speaker on there. It's as clear, actually probably as clearer than my phone, just because I drop this phone. The speaker's a little fuzzy sometimes. Other than that, whatever I'm doing, most of it's all digital, right? So everything is typed up in Word, put into PowerPoint. I'm doing all my data in Excel. So I'm running less and less on paper as I used to, but I still have one big thing. I always keep everything. Every meeting I go to, I bring my notebook along and I take notes. And I've got, in the last 12 weeks, I've got a whole entire notebook's worth of basically everything I've covered during my time here. So if I ever need to refer back to anything, it's all right there for me.
Hey, so we're on our way back to Seattle right now. I just got done out at the Olympic Peninsula, spending the day. It's a Saturday afternoon. I was with my sister, and we just went around and saw the mountains, the rainforest, the ocean. Typical day in Seattle. The rainforest was sort of unbelievable. I mean, you're out there, and it's like the Pacific Northwest. You've got a bunch of pine trees, and it's just kind of the typical foliage. And then you drive into this rainforest, and suddenly the whole thing turns bright green. There are ferns everywhere. It was a really cool experience, and it was actually a pretty quick drive from downtown Seattle. I mean, we hopped on the boat right from my apartment, and then we headed straight out, and I'd say it was probably a 30-minute boat ride and an hour and a half to the entrance to the park. It's a little windy up here, but you can see the Space Needle and all of downtown Seattle. And actually, there's a big tall black building, and just below that, a little bit to the left, is where the Harper Steps apartment complex is that all the MBA interns live.